Hey, good morning. CJ, Llewellyn is here. Awesome. Okay, so if you have tried affirmations, mantras, or positive self-talk in the past to help you navigate challenges, make decisions, leverage opportunities, evolve, upscale, whatever it is, grow, essentially, you may resonate with this, and let me know if it does, that you try it for a while, right? Maybe every morning you're repeating your mantras, or you're thinking about your affirmation statements as you're brushing your teeth or stopping at a red light, and it feels good for a while. Hey, Ashley, it feels good for a while, but ultimately nothing really changes. Have you felt that way? Post a 1 in the comments before if that resonates with you, or a 2 if you've seen incredible results with just working with mantras and affirmations. A 1 for not very much changes, or a 2 for it completely revolutionized my life. Okay? Revolutionized. Awesome. Hey, CJ. CJ says all about mantras and intentions. Awesome. Oh, Chloe. Yes, I know you. Aubrey is here. Ashley is here. And you're posting a 1, right? You're killing yourself, chatters. You are killing yourself, being really disciplined with mantras and affirmations, positive self-talk. You're all up in it, and you're good for a while, but then ultimately your momentum fades and you realize, frick, nothing is really changing, right? It feels like you're knocking your head against the wall, right? Chloe says a number 2, you've seen some results. Awesome. Okay. So if that's been your experience, I want you to know you are in the right place today. For those of you who are new to our Facebook community, which continues to grow every single week, I want to welcome you here. Again, introduce myself. My name's Heather Petherick. I am the soul and sass behind this beautiful private Facebook community of established women business leaders and entrepreneurs from around the globe. I'm also the success coach for those women to help them navigate the challenges of growing a team, leading a business, increasing their impact, and really making bigger paydays. So that's what I'm all about. And today's training is about a process that goes beyond just looking at the surface of those beliefs that are holding you back. I call them sucky, life-limiting beliefs, and really giving you a process, a 7-step process to get in there, get into your subconscious, pull them out like the weeds that they are in your garden, and clear the way so that you can really create the results that you are meant to, lady. So let's dive in. What I want you to know is if you felt any frustration or disappointment in the past, even if you have been really good with affirmations, positive self-talk, mantras, whatever you want to call them, if you've been frustrated with that process, I want you to give yourself a little bit of love, a little bit of forgiveness, and loosen your grip a bit. Because the problem with those things, while they are a great tool, they are only one little piece of a larger process that will help you move forward. And so a little bit of self-forgiveness, that you've been making great effort. It's good work to be doing, but it's just touching the surface. It's like the tip of the iceberg. It's almost like this. If you can imagine you are, it's nighttime and you are, in the forest or, outside in the backyard, and there's a pool, there's a body of water, and you have your little flashlight. These beliefs that are operating under the surface in your life, right? They're often subconscious. It's like you shining a light on the surface of water at nighttime. And what happens? Well, very little of that light actually penetrates the surface and illuminates it so you can actually see what's down there under the water. But what mostly happens is that as you shine your light on the surface of water, most of that light gets bounced back, reflected right back into your eyes. And all you see is this, bright surface reflecting back everything you already saw, and not really getting down below the surface. So that's what I'm sharing with you today, is a 7-step process to get below the surface of those beliefs, and really get to the core of where they came from, what impact they're having, and a process to shift them out of your life so you can clear the path and move forward. Okay? Cool. You with me still? Give me a hell's yeah, or a thumbs up, or a hearts if you are truly ready for this. Ready? You want it? Okay. Okay. All right. So 7-step process. Actually, okay, as you're doing that, crikey, I just remembered, I forgot to upload this free guide for you so you can download it like right now. Do you want to give me like 20 seconds while I upload that to the Facebook group so you can download it while we're talking? Will you give me that time? Okay, I'm going to assume you're saying yeah, because there's a bit of a delay. So here I go. I am going to files in our Facebook group. I am uploading this guide. Woohoo! 7-step guide. Here we go. Choosing the file. And while I'm doing that, why don't you ladies post below in the comments right now what your big ticket sucky life limiting belief is. Okay, post that in the comments below because I'm going to use it in just a few minutes, applying those beliefs to the process I'm about to give to you. Okay, you can tell it's the beginning of the year. We're getting back on the horse here. All right, so type in your beliefs as I'm uploading this file. Here it is. Da da da. Da da da. 7-step guide. Boom. Saving that. And there we go. Okay, ladies, so what is your big ticket sucky life limiting belief that you keep banging your head against and you know is causing all sorts of frustration in your life? Hey, Maureen. Maureen says fraud, imposter feelings. Yes. Carissa, what other people think matters? Yep. What the community thinks matters, right? Worrying about other people's opinions. Okay, success. The file is uploaded. Not that I want you to leave this Facebook Live, but I want you to know that in our Facebook group, you can grab this 7-step guide right now. I've uploaded it to the Files tab in our group, and you will see it. It is called Heather Petherick 7-Step Guide, blah, 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 blah. Okay, cool. So here we go. You can actually grab that guide now, or you can grab it and print it off and work through this with the replay in a minute, okay? So here we go. I know as we were advertising this Facebook Live, there are a few of our viewers that already were generous enough to post similar sucky life limiting beliefs for me to work on. So I'm going to use those. So the first step, and what you're going to need, ladies, for the 7-step process to excavate these limiting beliefs is a journal or a pad of paper, okay? Because it's a writing process. And it will take you from start to finish on any one single belief, probably about 30 minutes, okay? Longer if you really are a prolific writer, maybe a little bit less if this is brand new to you, okay? But you can, for any one single belief, a 30-minute piece of time with pen and paper is all that you need in addition to this guide. So the first step is truly to shine a light on what are the beliefs that are holding you back. Maureen, Carissa, viewers like Katerina and Ashley, you are very clear on what your sucky life limiting belief is, and we often have more than one, unless we're doing this work consistently. So for Katerina, she posted that her sucky life limiting belief is that her professional success means that her personal success is going to suffer, that she can only have one or the other. Now, another version that may resonate with you if you share this type of limiting belief is that idea that something's got to give, this is too good to be true, or where's the catch, right? And often you will see this in friends' lives. If you see suddenly their romantic life takes off, right? Maybe they find a new partner that absolutely lights them up, it's their soulmate, and their career goes in the tank, or vice versa. Maybe their home life is suffering, but their career is really rocking. Oftentimes, if we're operating with this type of belief, Aubrey says, where's the catch? Yes, absolutely. High five, Aubrey. So oftentimes, if you see that happening in a woman's life, it's because this is the type of belief that's operating under the surface. And here's what makes beliefs so freaking sneaky, but also amazing to work with, is that whether we know we have them or not, they are running the show in our life. But once we become aware of what that programming or those beliefs really are, and we consistently, gently, patiently work on transforming them, guess what? everything else in our life starts to unfold in positive, exciting new ways without the same level of effort and struggle that we think is required. Because in the past, we've been efforting really hard, working against these subconscious beliefs, and we do create a measure of success, right? You're here, you're proof of that. But when we still aren't satisfied with the status quo, when we know we have a whole nother gear to get to, or there is more yet possible for us, unless we go to the core and shine a light on what these beliefs truly are, we're not going to get there, right? It's that saying of what got you here is not going to get you there, right? You can operate at this level with a lot of sucky life-limiting beliefs operating just out of sheer hard work, determination, and grit. And it could be, a great place to be. Maybe you've got a great home, great spouse, a admirable career. But if you know that you haven't topped out yet, if you know that there's this whole other level and potential that you want to get to, then the gap, my dear, is going to the core and looking at these beliefs. Okay, so here we go. So step one, actually, here's a question for you. Ladies, I've uploaded the file. Do you have it now in front of you? I would love to know. Have you downloaded it? Yes or no? Just want to know if you've actually got it. Okay, post me a yes if you have the file in front of you now that I uploaded. Yes, you have. Okay, superstar, Maureen, thank you very much. Okay, so you've got it. If you don't, that's okay. You can print it off once I'm done and watch this replay, okay? All right, so step one of this 7-step process, and this is a process that I have honed and perfected over the last decade and is often a big part of the work that I do with my private clients, right? We clear the way first, we get rid of this, sucky, life-limiting clutter, and then we move forward. So it's typically a process that I only work through with my clients. But because I love you so much and it's all about creating epic results in 2018, I want to make sure you start your year with this. Okay, so step number one is simply a brain dump, right? I call this also lovingly flushing the toilet or bringing to the surface that subconscious thinking that you keep tripping up over, okay? So a brain dump would be, the challenge is to make a list of 50 beliefs around, it could be money, if that's your area of pain. It could be career or business. It could be love and relationships. So pick the area of your life that you feel the most frustration, disappointment, or you have the biggest ambition to change, and create a list of 50 beliefs that underpin that area of your life. Okay, so if we use Katerina's belief, what she found was it was all about her professional success, that she can't have professional and personal success at the same time. One or the other, not both. So make a list of those 50 beliefs. And the step here, the brain dump, the 50 beliefs challenges you to get it all out, right? Shine a light on it. Now know that when you make this list, ladies, you might have the same idea come up a few different times. Maybe you say it in different ways, but it's really the same idea. And that is very normal. So once you've created your inventory of sucky life-limiting beliefs, challenge yourself to create 50, then go back through your list and collapse it down to 2 or 3 of the top ones that keep recurring. We typically have 2 or 3, or maybe one really stinky one, overarching, that is blocking our success. So find out what that core self-limiting belief is, okay? That's step number 1. Flush it out, do the brain dump, get it all out on paper, okay? So that you can actually become conscious of it. Second step is you're going to want to identify the source. So if you've collapsed your list of 50 beliefs down to like the really prickly ones, the really thorny ones that you keep tripping over, those 2 or 3, then I want you to think the next step is, where did it come from? Because the truth here, ladies, is that you were not born with this belief, right? This didn't come pre-programmed in your DNA. What happens for all of us is that we absorb, adopt, and accept particular beliefs from, and this often is that imprinting process early in our life, right? As a child and a young adult, we see behaviors, ideas, and beliefs being modeled to us by our parents, our friends, our mentors, maybe an early boss, people that are significant in our lives. And this is often behavior that we see and then internalize or explain ourselves with that young childlike mind. Okay, so it's not often rational, right? Because as adults or as children, when we're absorbing and adopting these beliefs, we don't have the capacity yet to rationalize, explain, or fully understand what we're seeing. We just adopt it, absorb it like a sponge, right? So the second step is about identifying, really, maybe for the first time, where did these beliefs come from? Did you see your parents living under the yoke of these beliefs? Was this handed to you by maybe even your society, religion, or culture? But identify where these beliefs came from and where you've adopted them from. And know that they are not you. You are not your beliefs. You are not defined and doomed and, yeah, you're not defined wholly by your beliefs. You can choose them at any time. Choose, adopt, or dismiss them at any time. Okay, so step number 1 is brain dump, create an inventory. Step number 2 is identify where the heck did this come from. And step number 3 is you're going to be looking at, hey, Vic is here. Vic, I suddenly caught this. Oh, you look great. Oh, thank you, Vic. I'm just trying to keep up with you, my love. Love it. Okay, so step number 3, once you've got your inventory of your beliefs and you've identified their sneaky source, is that I want you to actually spend some time journaling, step number 3, about what is the impact of holding this belief in your life. Let's get really clear of how this is creating circumstances, frustration, and maybe lack of results in your life. Okay, this is the hard look in the mirror that we all must do. And the truth here, little additional tough love, ladies, is that whatever belief we are holding, we are getting something out of it. Hey, Sarah, thanks for being here. I'm wearing my jazzy new scarf for you. Cool. So let me repeat that for a second. I don't want you to step over it. Whatever belief you are operating under, there is a reason you're holding on to it. You are getting something out of it. So here's an example. We'll go back to Ekaterina's belief originally, that I used it as an example, that her professional success means that her personal success will suffer, that she can't have both a rockin' career and a fabulous home life. So what is she getting out of holding on to that belief? Well, while it may be uncomfortable, it allows her to continue to hold back either in her career and focus on her children, but continue to suffer at this low level because she has unrealized capacity or unrealized results. Or if it's the reverse, if she believes that she can have only one or the other, she can allow herself to become hyper-focused on career and really ambitious and let the personal side slide. You'll often see this with women who have high-flying careers but go home to an empty apartment and maybe a cat, because that allows them to focus in one area and let everything else slide. Now, I know it sounds crazy that we can really, at a subconscious level, want that dysfunction or that frustration or that lack of enjoyment, but there's a reason. It may be that you have a family tradition of high-flying careers and failed marriages. And if you were to transform this belief, it means that you become the black sheep of your family, that now you're breaking the mold, and who are you to do anything better or achieve anything greater? That's often one of the things we get out of maintaining these life-limiting beliefs, is that we toe the party line. We continue to be the faithful, dutiful daughter, friend, or spouse that continues in that tradition. Does that make sense? So this step number 3 is really looking at what is the impact of that belief, of you holding on and continuing to operate from that place. Okay, there's an example. Actually, I was Vic is one of my private clients, and we were talking about this the other day. That a classic belief, you'll see this with people who are smokers, is that even though they may privately or publicly hate smoking and wish they could quit, they continue in that habit. Why? Not because they truly want to have health, but because by maintaining that habit, that thinking, is that they know they always have these little white friends that can calm them down. They're never alone, and when they get stressed, they have a strategy to return to, even though it's eroding their health. So, as crazy as it sounds, each of us is getting something out of maintaining these sucky, life-limiting beliefs. Okay, so let's get clear on what that is. That is step number 3. Holy crap, it's already 30 minutes in. I gotta get moving. All right, step number 4. Step number 4 of this process is to simply make a decision. Draw the line in the sand, honey, and decide, is that what I want to continue to live with? Or do I want different? Do I want bigger, better, or different? Make a decision of what you truly want. And there is no judgment here. If you decide it is not worth the time and frustration and sometimes the humility of evolving a life-limiting belief, and you want to stay where you are, if you prize that comfort, then that's okay. But make a decision. Decide that that's the way you're going to be and move on with life and stop torturing yourself over what could be or what might have been. Okay? Make a decision. Step number 5, and this is one that we often avoid if we're just working with affirmations and mantras, and it is critical. Step number 5 is about acknowledging and forgiving. How's that feel? The truth is that whatever your life-limiting beliefs are, and baby, we all have them. We all have them. No one is immune here. Is that these beliefs have been operating under the surface for years, hell, even decades. Yeah, hearts, thanks for that. And so recognizing how long this has been persisting in your life and how long you have subconsciously been tolerating or creating these conditions, disappointment or frustration in your life, you're going to need some forgiveness, right? It can bring up a whole lot of, pity or self-loathing when you realize how you have been struggling and for how long. And it is so important in deciding you want different or not, to forgive yourself. And just as important, if in step number 2 you realize where these beliefs have come from, maybe it was your parents, maybe it was, a particular religion that you were raised in, or a time and cultural place where these were the social norms, whatever it is it's time to forgive those well-meaning people, groups, or organizations that we absorb these beliefs from. Because honest to God, we are all only doing the best we can with what we have. So if you see that you've adopted a life-limiting belief from your parents, that success is a struggle, that's what you observed in their life, and you have taken that on. If you see that now, it is time to acknowledge it, forgive, and let it go. You don't have to beat your parents up or get the hate on or have a shouting match with your parents because they've done this, cruel mental treatment to you. They're doing the best they can. Anybody is. We as parents are doing the best we can with what we know and what we have at our disposal. So know that forgiveness is necessary. Maureen says, it's a hard step, but I can see how necessary it is. Yes. Thank you for saying that, Maureen. This is an important step that if we don't acknowledge and forgive, we're just going to keep swirling around in this ugly place of like, you did this to me, or why, my life is awful. Instead of drawing a line in the sand, forgiving, acknowledging, and moving on. So that's step number 5. And in the guide, I actually give you a really cool example of what this forgiveness can look like in a tangible way. If you don't have the guide yet, it's actually writing a letter to the person or the group or the organization where you pick this belief up from. Doesn't mean you have to send this letter necessarily. You can if you want. But psychologically, by writing a letter, it is like letting go. It is expressing that acknowledgement and forgiveness and getting it out. instead of keeping it in here. Okay? So there's a form that you can use in the guide. All right, step number 6, ladies. How are we doing? Are you still with me? I know I'm throwing a lot of epic awesomeness at you in a short amount of time. So give me a thumbs up or a heart if you're still with me, or post any questions or comments below, because that helps me respond and support as we're going here. All right, step number 6, ready? Okay, step number 6 in this 7-step process to excavate these sucky life-limiting beliefs is the big one. It is choosing and creating new beliefs. Now, if you remember where we started this conversation was that idea that we're working with mantras, we're working with affirmations, but frick, they're not working, right? Well, it's because this is the step where we get to mantras and affirmations. Step 6. Mantras and affirmations are step 6. But because maybe that's the only place we've focused, no wonder we haven't made a lot of headway, is because there's all this work leading up to it that we haven't done, okay? So step number 6 is actually choosing new life-altering beliefs. So go back to your list of 50 beliefs and remember those 3 ones that maybe the 2 or 3 that you collapse them into, those core beliefs, the big gems, the big ticket ones that you're struggling with. This is where you're going to create new versions of those. And I've got a couple of examples that are going to help you. So oftentimes when we're creating a new life-giving belief, it can arise easily from the opposite of the current belief we hold. So if we have a current belief that success is always a struggle, that's the old one, a new version of that belief could be that success actually comes easily when I am well supported. Okay? Success does not have to be a struggle. And in fact, it's not when I'm well supported. Okay, so that's an example. Another life-limiting belief that I often see in clients is this one. I'm no good with money, right? I can't save money. It just goes out the door. I'm no good with money, right? Type a 1 in the comments if you know that one resonates with you. If you have a belief that you're no good managing money, give me a number 1. So if you've identified that that's one of your limiting beliefs, a new version of that belief that is much more life-giving would be, I am a smart businesswoman and I'm learning how to manage and save my money. Chloe, Aubrey, yeah, this is resonating with you. So if the old belief is, I'm no good with money, never have been, maybe never will be, a new version is, you know what? It's not true. I am a smart businesswoman and I am learning how to manage and save my money. Okay? Very different. Here's a third one for you. If you have the belief that, and maybe this resonates for you, Katerina, that I have to look after everybody else first and then what's left over is for me. And honest to God, there's never enough left over for you. So if your belief is that you, as a wife or a parent, or maybe you have aging parents that you're looking after, your belief may be that you have to look after everyone else first, and there is no time or money for you. Maybe that's your belief. Hey, Stevie, thanks for joining us. A new version of this belief can be that taking care of my needs first ensures that I have the best to give others, and that self-care is truly generosity. Okay, does that resonate? Awesome. Okay, so this step number 6, we're almost through this process, is going back to that original list of negative beliefs, finding the core ones that are really causing pain and frustration in your life, and creating opposite, but certainly life-altering, permission-giving, positive new versions. Now, as you do this, you could come up with a lot of different statements, but find the positive versions of these statements that really get you in the guts or really cause that tingly sort of goosebump feeling. Whatever version that is for you, go with it. That feeling means you're striking where the iron is hot, okay? So that is step number 6 of this 7-step process. Ready for the last step? Yeah? Okay. 7th step is to install and strengthen daily. Okay? Now, remember, these beliefs have been operating for years, often decades. And as awesome as this guide is, ladies, 6 steps do not solve every problem. And that's why the 7th step is so important, because the first 6 steps set you up for awareness and transformation, knowing what it is and what else you want. But this 7th step is where you strengthen and install these new beliefs every day, for every day that you move forward from here. Okay? Short of a lobotomy or an electrical shock treatment, this is how you evolve beliefs. With the 6 steps, and then the 7th step is this rinsing and repeating. Vic says, sorry I pressed angry because I was angry about women always putting themselves last. Yes, I understand. I agree. I feel it as well. So the 7th step, ladies, is that you do need to install, repeat, strengthen, anchor into these new beliefs continually. This isn't a do once and you're done. This is a lifestyle that you are choosing. If you are choosing to live a bigger life of leading a team, growing a business, increasing your income, making a bigger impact, this is not work that you do once and then it's solved, right? This isn't a pill that you can take and then magically everything transforms. This takes consistent work. The 6 steps set you up to do the right work. The 7th step continues to strengthen it. Now, many of you are in my community and you may have also downloaded another genius freebie that I offer to this community, which is my mindset guide. And this is where these 2 free resources really come to play. It's like the yin and yang of having an awesome life. These 7 steps, added with a daily mindset practice of installing and strengthening these beliefs, is going to create a tremendous amount of evolution and inspiration and growth for you in 2018. And that is truly what I want for you. So once you've got clear on these new beliefs and what's really going to allow you to move forward in a graceful way, it's about installing and taking conscious effort every day to really anchor them in, right? Because you're replacing beliefs that have been going on for decades. It's like strength training at the gym, right? You can't just go once and then you have this fabulous body. You've got to keep working at it. And the more consistently you work at it, the stronger, more empowered, more positive, and more unstoppable you become, because you are living life from a set of beliefs that creates the circumstances that you desire. Does that make sense? Okay, cool. So that is what I wanted to share with you today. The 7 steps to extinguish and excavate those sucky life-limiting beliefs that are holding you back, so you can pull them out as the weeds that they are from your life and install new life-altering, permission-giving beliefs that allow you to grow your impact, increase your income, lead a team, and create the results that you desire. Okay? I'm going to stay on for a couple more minutes, however long you guys have questions or comments about this process. Again, you can find this free guide in the Files tab of our community. It is free for you beautiful ladies that are in this private community. And what else did I want to add? I guess it's what I wanted to add is that as much as I love giving resources, I don't want any of you to be misled in that you do this once and life is magically transformed. The truth, hey Corinne, the truth is, ladies, that this is a lifestyle, that if you want bigger, better, and different in your life, it is a habit that you need to work every single day. And my clients, myself, my business, their success is certainly proof of that. I want you to take this guide and get as much as you can out of it. But if you feel like you want and need additional support, if you have big, epic plans in 2018, and you know that you're not screwing around, that you want to make great shit happen this year, then I want to encourage you to reach out to me. I've given you this 7-step process, which is a big part of what I work through with my private clients. And if you want that level of support as well, if you are done with do-it-yourselfing and patching together, piecemeal solutions to create the business and the success that you want, then I'm going to invite you to reach out to me. In 2018, the only way to work with me is in my private coaching program called the Unshakable Business Leader. It is a high-touch, customized way for me to support you in creating the success that you desire. It is a one-on-one program, and you've got a 6-month or a 12-month option. And what else would I needed to tell you? Not only do you get my one-on-one support to evolve, extinguish your unique beliefs and transform them in a powerful way and install that habit of living it every day, but then you also get the support to install, set up, and create the systems and structures in your unique business to really create some amazing results. So you get private attention and personalized support, but hold the phone. You also get access to all the other women that are my private clients for additional brainstorming and masterminding. You get behind the curtain and get immersed into an amazingly high caliber community of women from around the world that are just like you, that are high caliber, going for it. They know they've got great shit to create in this world, and they are done with the excuses. So you get that private support, my community of VIP clients, and also coming in 2018 is something new that I am launching, which is a 2-day live retreat for all of my private clients in the 6 or 12-month option. I'm going to start doing that. So July or June is going to be our first destination live 2-day retreat where all of my VIP clients in the Unshakable Business Leader program come together to have an immersion of additional strengthening, connection, brainstorming, and masterminding their success. Cool, hey? I am so excited. Okay, so that was the shameless plug that I wanted to get in at the end of today's Facebook Live. Hey, Yolanda, thank you for being here. And Kareen, oh, I love you as well. Maureen, this was amazing. Heather, thanks so much for your generosity and sharing. Absolutely. Ladies, this is what I am all about. My clients come to me because this is my jam, is clearing the way, identifying in laser-like fashion what those core issues are for you individually, clearing the way, rewriting these beliefs, and creating new, fresh programming so that your results, your potential can become exploded with way less efforting, right? You can go from here to there with so much less struggle and effort. And the success that you've been dreaming about becomes realized in a joyful way. That's what I'm all about. So take this guide, take this information, ladies, and use it and abuse it as much as you need to create the change, initiate the change so that you really can create amazing results in 2018. When I think about women like you, ladies, talented, determined, so bright in the world, and I see so many of you struggling against these sucky life limiting beliefs, my guts actually have this visceral, nauseous, sweaty reaction because I know how much potential you have, and I know what a difference this type of work can mean, not only to you and your family, but the wider community of the world. We need what you have to offer, and I know how transformational this type of work is in realizing that. So take it, soak it up, and let me know if you need additional support. I'm always here for you. Whoop, whoop. Thank you. Okay, I've talked a long time today. Normally these are only 30 minutes. So lots of awesomeness for you. Thank you, ladies, for sticking through this whole 45 minutes. Love you for being here. Thank you. And let me know if you are watching the replay. Comments and questions, keep them coming because I return to those throughout the day and respond as best I can. Okay. Mwah. Have a fabulous rest of your day, Vic, your evening, whatever time zone you are in. Love it, ladies. Thanks for being here and have a great, great weekend. Take care.